Let's go Broncos! The national media is already touting the New England Patriots as favorites for Super Bowl 60. But what if I told you they're completely ignoring the team that's been quietly building a playoff storm no one is prepared for? What if I told you that everything we've seen from the Broncos, from their dominant defense to their decisive special teams, is about to explode on football's biggest stage? Stick around, because what's happening behind the scenes at Mile High will change everything you think you know about the AFC Championship game. Before we begin, hit the like button if you believe in this team, and if you're rooting for the orange and blue all the way, leave a comment. Go Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. Now let's go. This could be the most decisive moment for the Broncos in a decade. Let's get straight into it. The Denver Broncos are on the brink of something huge. Hosting the AFC Championship game at Empower Field at Mile High, they're one win away from punching their ticket to Santa Clara and Super Bowl 60. The opponent, the New England Patriots, a team that has been getting all the national media attention, with folks already anointing Drake May as the next Tom Brady and booking their flights to California. But here's what they're not talking about, the Denver Broncos defense, and how it could be the ultimate X factor in shutting down all of that hype. This defense is battle-tested and primed for moments like this. Against Buffalo in the divisional round, they may have allowed a high yardage count, but the takeaway game was on another level. 5 takeaways, including a pivotal fumble forced by Alex Singleton and a clutch interception by Jaquan McMillian, changed the entire tone of that game. And now they face a Patriots offense that's shown signs of vulnerability, especially Drake May, who despite a strong regular season, has struggled in both playoff appearances. Against the Chargers, May was sacked 5 times, threw an interception, and saw his offense cough up 2 fumbles. Against the Texans, it got worse, 5 more sacks, 4 fumbles, and another interception. That's not just a coincidence, that's a pattern. And now he's walking into a high-altitude, high-pressure environment at Mile High Stadium where the Broncos' defense is fueled by one of the loudest fan bases in the NFL. It's a recipe for disruption. And when we talk disruption, we've got to talk pass rush. Nick Benito has been explosive off the edge. His strip sack against Josh Allen gave off Major Von Miller flashbacks from that iconic 2015 AFC title game. DJ Jones and Zach Allen, they were relentlessly collapsing the pocket. Jonathan Cooper arguably had one of his best games of the season, despite constantly being held without a single flag thrown. This is a defense that doesn't just show up, they overwhelm, and the Patriots' offensive line, which ranked dead last in sack differential in 2025, is about to have their hands full. But it's not just about pressure. The Broncos' defense has also dominated in red zone efficiency and third down stops all season. While they struggled at times against Josh Allen in third and short situations, those usually came from early down breakdowns. That's the adjustment this week. Win early downs, create third and longs, and let the pass rush and secondary feast. Speaking of the secondary, all eyes will be on matchups like Pat Surtain 2 versus Stephon Diggs, and how rookie Riley Moss steps up in what could be one of the most critical games of his career. Drake May loves to take deep shots, and the Broncos know it. Expect aggressive coverage and pressure packages designed to force errant throws, because we know from recent games, May has a tendency to make mistakes when rattled. Now, some of you might be wondering how the team responds after losing starting quarterback Bo Nix. It's a major blow. There's no sugarcoating it. Nix was the heartbeat of this offense during their cardiac comeback victories. But Jarrett Stidham isn't just some fill-in. He's been in this system, he's earned the trust of Sean Payton, and he's shown during preseason and training camp that he can command this offense with precision and confidence. Don't sleep on him. There's another underrated aspect of this team that could be the secret weapon on Sunday, special teams. Devin Key was named first-team All-Pro for a reason. His 26 special teams tackles are jaw-dropping, especially when you consider most fans don't even realize how valuable that is. J.L. Skinner, Jonah Ellis, these guys fly down the field and wreck return units. They'll have their hands full against Patriots return ace Marcus Jones, but Denver has the personnel to contain him. Let's not forget the punting and kicking game either. Jeremy Crenshaw's pinpoint punts and Will Lutz's clutch leg have already won games this season. Lutz, unbelievably snubbed from All-Pro consideration, has been as reliable as they come when it matters most. When the game is on the line, you want big clutch Lutz lining up to make the difference. And let's just circle back to that crowd. Sean Payton has made it clear, no games, no gimmicks on the video board. He wants Mile High loud from the huddle to the snap. And after witnessing the electric atmosphere against Buffalo, it's clear Broncos country is answering the call. That kind of energy feeds this defense and makes life hell for any quarterback, especially a second-year guy like Drake May. The way this defense has been building momentum, it's hard not to believe that they're peaking at exactly the right time. And as we move into this continuation of our deep dive, let's not forget, Denver isn't just leaning on effort or emotion. This is a defense backed by elite execution, smart coaching, and a locker room that's bought into Sean Payton's vision from day one. Let's talk personnel and identity for a moment. This unit has carved out a clear identity, physical, opportunistic, and relentless. They're not just looking to contain offenses, they're looking to take the ball away and turn the tide of the game. Against Buffalo, they did that. Against the Patriots, they're aiming to do it again. A critical element in this matchup will be Denver's ability to not only generate pressure, but to finish plays. We've seen Drake May escape collapsing pockets before, but this Broncos front has shown they can not only pressure but also close. Nick Bonitto's ability to bend the edge and dip under tackles has made him a constant threat, and it's not just flash. He's become more consistent with his counters, his timing, and his awareness. Then you factor in Jonathan Cooper, who doesn't just rush, he bullies linemen back into their quarterback. His underrated power and nonstop motor make him the kind of rusher that quarterbacks hate dealing with late in games. But where Denver has grown the most is in their interior pressure. DJ Jones and Zach Allen have made it nearly impossible for quarterbacks to step up into clean pockets. Zach Allen, in particular, is having the most disruptive stretch of his career. 8 pressures against the Bills, and if not for the officials swallowing their whistles, he might have had 2 sacks. DJ Jones should have had a game-ending safety, if not for one of the most blatant holding no calls we've seen this postseason. Denver is sending these plays to the league office, hoping officials are on high alert this weekend, and that might be exactly the edge they need. Now let's shift to the secondary. Pat Surtain too continues to do Pat Surtain things, shutting down elite receivers, making quarterbacks hesitate before testing his side of the field. But the real test this week might come down to Riley Moss. With Drake May known for attacking downfield, the Broncos will need Moss to be disciplined, communicate well, and capitalize on any poor decisions. Don't forget, May threw multiple interceptions in his last 2 games. The tape is out there, confuse him pre-snap, and he'll give your DBs a chance to flip the field. And when we say flip the field, that's where the unsung heroes come in, the special teams unit. Jeremy Crenshaw has been a revelation. Since early season struggles, he's turned into one of the most consistent field-flipping punters in the league. That 50-yard punt that pinned the Bills inside their own 5-yard line was textbook, and had the officials called the holding in the end zone, we'd be talking about a walk-off safety. Well, Lutz, what more can we say? Clutch field goals and high-pressure moments, ice in his veins, and somehow still flying under the radar nationally. But Broncos fans know. They've seen him deliver week after week. Against Buffalo, those field goals weren't just points, they were momentum shifters. They gave belief, they gave time, and most importantly, they gave wins. Let's also not overlook the fact that Sean Payton, known for his offensive genius, is orchestrating this entire operation. And this is where his fingerprints are all over the identity of this team, prepared, adaptable, and focused. We've seen teams crumble when their starting quarterback goes down. Not this one. Payton's confidence in Jarrett Stidham isn't blind. It's built on months of preparation, on reps in this system, on an understanding of what makes the offense work, even if it looks a little different with a new QB under center. This week, expect Denver to lean into what works, establishing the run early, using tempo to keep the Patriots' defense on its heels, and setting up high-efficiency passing opportunities that get the ball out quickly. The Patriots have speed, but Denver's play-action game, misdirection concepts, and quick reads could be the antidote to that. And what about the mindset? This team has taken on the underdog mentality and turned it into fuel. National pundits continue to ignore the Broncos, dismissing their 14-3 regular season, brushing aside their playoff dominance, and acting like the Patriots are the team of destiny. But that disrespect has become part of the Broncos' identity. And now, with the season on the line, they're embracing that underdog label one more time. But make no mistake, they expect to win. It's not just about proving people wrong. It's about proving themselves right. That everything they've built this season, the culture, the toughness, the resilience, was for this moment. A home AFC Championship game, a raucous mile-high crowd, a defense that's feasting, and a team that believes they belong in Super Bowl 60. So Broncos country, are you ready? Will this defense deliver one more statement performance? Will Jarrett Stidham rise to the moment and carry this offense to glory? Will special teams make the one game-changing play that tips the scale in Denver's favor? Hit that like button, subscribe for more updates throughout the playoffs, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Broncos are about to shock the world and head back to the Super Bowl? Go Broncos! Let's finish this fight!